Hey, this is Mike Ryan with Right with God Ministries, and we have a short video here for you that I think is going to be pretty interesting. The title is Jesus Destroys Tithing with One Example. Now, listen, I'm going to post a link in the description here. We talk about tithing. Tithing is of the law, okay? It is not a requirement for any believer in Jesus Christ to tithe. Jesus Christ is has fulfilled the law for us on our behalf, and we are not under the law, but you are under grace if you believe in Jesus Christ. That is 100% true. Jesus actually says when he's rebuking the Pharisees, he's like, you tithe mint and cumin, and you do these other things according as you should under the law. Tithing is of the law. Well, Abraham tithed. Abraham did not tithe as in the law. Abraham gave from his spoils, which is not what the law says of a tithe. The tithe is supposed to be your first fruit. Abraham didn't give of his first fruit. He gave of a one-time offering of his spoil to pre-incarnate Jesus Christ. Okay. Tithing is just, we've talked about this, but I want to show you how Jesus destroys tithing, because for people out there who feel a sense of pride because they gave 10%, all right, you need to understand that that is not in line with God's will for your life. It's not. And if anybody feels a sense of pride or favor from God because they tithe, I want you to see from this example exactly how Jesus feels about this by comparing him to people who do tithe. And Luke chapter 21, verse 1, it says that he looked up and saw the rich putting their gifts into the treasury. Verse 2, and he saw also a certain poor widow putting in 2 mites, 2 pennies. So he sees these rich people putting their gifts into the treasury. So they're tithing and they're putting a little bit extra too. All right. Maybe they think, man, I'm so amazing. I'm following the law and I'm throwing a little bit extra on top of that. I'm God's feeling me, right? And Jesus debunks that whole situation right now. He says in verse 3, truly I say to you that this poor widow has put in more than all. For all of these out of their abundance have put in offerings for God, but she out of her poverty put in all the livelihood that she had. Are you following this? Look, if you really want to quote unquote give to God and feel like there's some type of spiritual uh, uh, of valor or victory over that, you need to give everything. You need to give all that you have. This woman gave all that she had, her livelihood, and Jesus respected that more. Now, she's still under the law. We can look at another area of her life that won't measure up, and she's fell to the law. But he's highlighting this here, and we need to understand, you need to see that what you give, that is not a reflection of your love for God. That is not a reflection of your obedience to God. It is a law. And you must instead give out of the generosity of your heart, not out of a law. You're not under that anymore. If you want to follow the law and tithe, then you got to follow all the other 600 and some odd parts of the law. You can't pick and choose which part of the law that you do. And understand that even if you did every aspect of the law, which you can't, even if you gave and you followed the 10 Commandments and you did your sacrifices and your ceremonies and your rituals and you kept the feast as you should, and you don't, you still wouldn't be underperforming and not doing what you should be, not be excelling by just doing tithing. If you don't give everything, then it's not as good. So Jesus is destroying this idea that a tithe is somehow sufficient to God, that God sits back and says, you tithe, let me clap my hands, bravo to you. Absolutely not. The standard is much higher. The standard is more than you or I can bear. The only person who fully meets what the law can offer, what the tithe authors, is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ gave his whole life for God. His hunger was God. Is that you? Friend, don't make the mistake of thinking it's you, and don't make the mistake of trying to be that. Don't try to do that. Rather, accept that it's been done for you and and receive God's love. Grow deeper in God's love. Grow deeper in Jesus' love for you. Stop trying to perform for God and enjoy the fact that Jesus performed for you. Let that build deeper into your life. I hope this was a helpful blessing to you. God bless you, and see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and drop a comment below. For more grace-based Bible teachings every week, please subscribe to our channel. Please visit us on Facebook and our website, rightwithgodministries.life.